Anthony Hartwig here with a Howland girls basketball player profile. We're joined by one of the two seniors on the team, Sophia Powell. Sophia, thank you so much for coming on, talking to us today.
Yeah, thank you.
So this is a team that lost a lot of leadership last year. You graduated such a good senior class, and I think you and Riley both kind of understood coming into this season that there was going to be a lot asked of you, and there were going to be a lot of shadows to fill in leadership. Talk about getting ready for this season with Riley and what it was like to kind of prepare to go out there and try to lead a very young basketball team.
No, yeah, we definitely knew going into it that it was going to be hard because I mean there's only two of us, but I think like during the summer, like summer league and stuff, that really prepared us for our season.
And when we talk about kind of the growth of leadership, how did you kind of how did you two and you specifically kind of grow into leadership? What were some things that you kind of learned along the way or were taught that kind of let you be a good leader this year?
Yeah, well, I feel like I've always been very like quiet when I played, but this year, I definitely just I took it upon myself to step it up, and I started like communicating, helping, and Riley did the same, and I think we kind of just got into it like that.
I want to talk about the flow of this season because you had to deal with some adversity in the start. The results weren't coming right away when you started the season, but you guys stayed positive. The leaders stayed positive on this team, and you kind of brought the young girls onto the standard. And now here you are, you're playing such good basketball at the end of the year. What was it like going through that and trying to kind of pick the younger girls up and try to deal with the adversity and realize that the process was going to lead to really good basketball down the stretch?
No, yeah. The first two games I was out with like a back injury, so I mean it wasn't it really sucked not being able to play and everybody, kind of being a little bit down about it. But in practice, like continued to go hard and we continued to push each other, and I think that we knew that it would pay off.
In the games where you couldn't play, I'm sure you were able to look at the game from a different perspective. You watched, you saw what the coaches did. Did those two games and that experience of being off the court kind of help you build leadership tools?
I definitely think it did. Like just being able to see everything that was happening, even on the bench, I would still like communicate to like my teammates, and it definitely gave me a different perspective for sure.
The other factor in leadership is how much the coaches trust you guys to be leaders and how much faith and responsibility they put into your hands. Talk about Coach Pounds and what he's meant to you and how much it's been such a blessing to have him trust you to go out there and be good leaders.
No, yeah, he definitely trusts me and Riley a lot. Like he'll tell us like you can correct them like if they do something wrong. Like he tells us to definitely talk to them, and he always comes to us first, like with anything, like anything on the team. Like he always makes sure we have like a say in what we're doing.
With only two seniors, there's going to be a lot of leadership in the next couple of years, and it's kind of up to you guys to kind of mold the future leaders. Who are some players that you see on the team right now that are either younger classmen or maybe they're juniors that are just you can tell they're going to be leaders of this team when you guys graduate?
No, yeah, for sure. I would say Mia Thomas, Maya Kabancic, and Talia Rishel. I think next year, because we don't have any juniors, I think next year and the year after that, I think they're going to be great leaders. I think even this year, they're stepping it up and they're helping the freshmen. And I think they're going to be great leaders next year for sure.
YSN was there for senior night. We saw you guys go through that and get the win on senior night. Talk about the emotions of that senior night and knowing that like it was your last home game in the regular season and the games are getting numbered now. What were the emotions going through your head during senior night?
It was definitely sad. It's so crazy to think about. Like I've been playing the sport for so long, and like it's like finally like my last year of doing it. Like, and just like never playing with like the younger girls or even Riley, like not playing with them again. It's crazy to think about.
As we talk about the end of your season, end of your career, I also want to talk about the beginnings of it and the beginning of your journey. When did you kind of start to play basketball? When did you start to feel yourself falling in love with the sport?
Yeah, so I started playing in fourth grade, and obviously, like a bunch of my friends played back then. Like, we had so much fun. My dad was the coach. Riley's dad helped coach. It was just a great way to get into it, and ever since then, I've always loved the game.
When you're young, you're having fun, you're playing the game. Was there a moment when you kind of had that turn where it was more than just something you did for fun? It was something that you really wanted to work at, get better at, and try to be the best basketball player you could be?
No, yeah, definitely in middle school, I kind of realized that it wasn't just a game, and I actually did really enjoy like even working at it. And I feel like in middle school, that's when I definitely started to put in, extra work instead of just at practice and doing more things on my own.
When you think about the work that you've put in from middle school until now you're a senior, what parts of the game do you think you've grown the most in since you made that decision that you were going to really work at being as good as you can be?
Definitely, I think, um, I mean, this doesn't even really come with like outside work, just being with my team and being able to work as a team. I think I've really grown there. I've always wanted to kind of do things myself, but working as a team, relying on others, I think I've really grown.
You spent the whole career representing Howland. You get to wear the orange and black and wear Howland across the chest. What makes you so proud to represent this school, represent this community every night that you put on that uniform?
Um, I think we just have a great community. It's just a great group of people. Everyone that comes to our games, like, just a great group of people. And I couldn't have asked for, like a better team this year, a better group of girls. Everyone works together, everybody talks, everybody communicates, and it's really fun.
I like that you ended that with it's really fun because when I watched you guys play, you guys are having really a lot of fun out there. I mean, you take things seriously, of course, and you know when to lock in, but it just seems like you're a very loose team that knows how to have fun. Talk about the personality of this locker room and what lets you guys kind of play loose and play just to have fun so much.
Yeah, well, sometimes before the games, like me and Mia Thomas and Riley Villwalk we honestly will sit there and we'll make TikToks. And I think that really loosens us up and it just like gets us in the mood, like kind of to play. Like, and I think it gets rid of some of the nerves we have, and it definitely loosens us up.
Is there a favorite pregame TikTok that you guys have done? Maybe one that like it was really fun to make, or maybe it got a lot of views.
Honestly, we make like a different one every time. So we kind of just we change it up.
So is that something that you guys have made a routine of that you feel like you have to do before games to feel good and play good? The pregame TikToks.
Honestly, yeah.
Do you have any other superstitions or things that you do pregame that are more of a routine that you try to stick to?
Um well, usually we sit there and we watch, the JV, and I always drink an energy drink, and I'll put my AirPods in and I'll listen to music.
You opened up the door for music questions. What's the playlist? What's your personal playlist look like?
It's a lot of rap. I
Mhm.
have like, Future on there, Lil Baby, King Von, Young Boy. It's just a lot of that.
Is there one song on your playlist that you know no matter what kind of mood you're in or what's happening, it'll always get you amped up to play?
I would probably say Crazy Story by King Von.
There you go. That's the first time we've actually had that song as an answer, which I think is crazy because crazy, get it? Um, when you think of the future, we have to talk about life after high school. You're a senior, you're a few months from graduation. What are some of the future goals? What are some things that you see yourself doing in the future?
Yeah, well, I want to go to Kent State to study biology, and I would like to become a physician assistant.
What kind of drove you to wanting to be that? Do you have life experiences that make you want to be a physician's assistant, or is it something that you've already been in, already always been interested in? What kind of drove you towards that path?
Well, I wanted to do something in the medical field, but I didn't really want it to be like too much like blood and stuff. But a physician's assistant, it's like still hands-on things, but it's not as much of the gore.
Yeah, I get you. I can't even get my blood drawn
Yeah.
without feeling a little bit of anxiety. So I feel you there. When you think about going to Kent State, are you going to be on campus or are you going to stay at home?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on campus.
All right. So when you leave the nest, what are some things that one excite you about being away from home and being on your own? But then what are some things that also make you a little bit nervous that you're going to have some life skills that your parents aren't going to be able to help you out with anymore?
No, yeah, I'm just excited to kind of like have freedom
Mhm.
and be able to do what I want when I want kind of. But I'm definitely scared. I'm just scared of being away from home. Like I know I like to have freedom, but it's definitely going to be a big change not, being with my parents every day and stuff like that.
What is one home cooked meal that you're going to miss the most away from home?
My dad makes these really good stuffed peppers,
Mm.
and we always have those with pasta, and I'm definitely going to miss that.
You have to learn the recipe, make it yourself on campus.
Mhm.
Um, when you think about the things that you've done at Howland, whether it be on the court, whether it be in the classroom, things you've accomplished in your high school career, when you grab that diploma and your name's called, what are going to be some things that you really reflect on that you're really proud of yourself for doing while you were at Howland?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna think about all those times that I've stayed up late, finished my homework, studied for things, especially when I've had basketball those nights, like coming home from a basketball game, taking my homework on the bus, finishing it there, and coming home and studying, and just all those late nights.
All right, Sophia, we end these player profiles the same way every time. We want to give the player the chance to kind of take the limelight off themselves and shine on the people in their life that kind of get them to where they're going. So I want to give you the time to give out shout outs and thank yous to all the people in your life that you know you wouldn't be where you are without.
No, yeah, I definitely want to thank all the girls on my team. They've showed so much support, and I love each and every one of them. And I want to thank my sister and my parents. They've always supported me. They come to every event, and definitely want to thank Riley specifically. She has she wrote me a note on our senior night, and she told me that I was a role model to her, and I just want to give that back. I want to tell her that she's always been a role model to me. She always lifts me up, and I couldn't be where I am without her.
So if you guys both are amazing senior leaders, we want to thank you so much for coming on, talking to us about your senior season and talking to us about your career. Wish you the best of luck the rest of the way in the tournament run. We hope it goes as long as you guys can possibly keep it going. And we will talk to you again real soon.
Thank you so much.